Truth Man here. So this is part 2. And I ain't done cussing yet, y'all. But I promise y'all, some of y'all don't like to hear me talk about this because I talk a lot about the Bible, and I do apologize to you. But y'all know I'm the truth man. I'm going to keep it real. I'm going to keep it real. Because a lot of people be out here making life worse and rougher than it has to be because they don't like what we call fuck with this person. So they don't want the people they do fuck with to like them. And it creates problems. It creates problems. It could be, and the devil is the mastermind behind it all. Because remember the parable of the 10 talents? Remember the one that had the one who buried it in the ground and then made excuses? Buried it in the ground because too stingy, too scary to do what he needed to do to turn that 1 into 2. That's a lot of you. That's a lot of y'all. So, I said I'm going to break the video up for YouTube reasons, but I wasn't done talking about this. Like I said in part 1, this is the reason for divorce. This is the reason for divorce. This is the reason for friendships ending. This is the reason why people hate their job. A person will be like, they'll be brainwashed by their relatives into voting Democrat their whole life. And when they find out you voted for Trump, I don't fuck with him. He voted for Trump. But I say, fuck you. In your terms. That's not even words I use all the time. Just sometimes. I'm a 2025 prophet. I'm not from Bible. And those biblical prophets, what they was saying was cussing in their day. And like I told you, I know when the Most High is convicting me. He don't care about me saying this. Because he knows, he looks at the heart. He know the message I'm conveying. There's been times, like I say, where I'll be looking at him like, man, I mean, you mess with me or what? What's going on? You put your word in me, I preach your word, but I can't get nothing. Like I can't, these other preachers, they preaching they word, they opinion, what they learned from kid up. This is not necessarily what the Most High would want them to preach. And they get private jets. They rent ain't never late. Their car note ain't never late. And I mentioned how the Sunday sermon, right? Y'all go to a preacher that can't preach like me, don't know the word like me, and y'all put 20 in there, 100 in there, 200 in there, 10, 5, 1s, and we had a little church. It was only like maybe 10 of us. And I was counting, I was a deacon, and I was counting the money, and it'd be like 1,500 sometime, 2,000. Because we effed with them. These preachers will be doing everything, and they won't miss a beat financially because y'all F with them. That's how dudes could be a trick with women that they don't know or barely know, but they'll have a cousin that they'll let lose his house because they don't fuck with him. That's why people, man, you got to keep it right in the proper perspective with people. You do, because A lot of these people just ain't it. Like people on YouTube, they'll be saying, oh, I F's with his content, but they won't shout me out. And they'll be using my catchphrases. You ever heard the term recreational use only? I started that. I could tell you, I started that. It was reasons. It was stuff I was seeing. It was stuff I was hearing. And I sat down and I wrote it out. Recreational use only. And put some zigzagging line. And I said, I'm going to talk about this. Panda Bear is another one. Ninja News. All these things is stuff I added to this space. I started using the word grifter first. What happened was, like somebody mentioned the audio book. The audio book, Outwitting the Devil. So I went and read it, and I kept hearing, or I went and listened to it, I kept hearing the term grifter, grifter, grifter. So I looked it up and saw what it meant, and I said, okay, I'm finna start using this. And I started calling people grifters. I got other terms that I haven't brought yet that people gonna start using. I feel like I don't need to, and I believe that I don't need to put all my best material in this space because y'all don't fuck with me. And where's Black Ram? Is he okay? Or did he start saying, oh man, they don't F with me like that? So he stopped making content. I hope he okay. I would literally, if I thought something was wrong with Black Ram, he close enough, I would go try to see him in person. Because Black Ram is one of, let me tell you something. And me personally, it's not that I don't F with these content creators. It's collectively, I didn't like what I was seeing, so I just stopped supporting. But I say I'm finna start back supporting. And I have. But Black Ram it was things that he was mentioning, and scripture that he was mentioning, where when I first started learning about polygyny. It was Black Ram. On this other channel, it was a lot of stuff. Black Ram Vengeance or something like that? I don't know what happened, man. I'm going to go in his comments and try to ask somebody in his comments, hey, what happened, man? What's going on with Black Ram? He might have found a girl. No disrespect, man. Shout out to you. But, yeah. People don't be effing with you, man. They don't. Like, it's people, they know I don't know how to edit. They know I don't know how to edit. The only one that offered to help me was Charisma 808. But I got people in my house that know how to do that stuff. And I look at it like they were making fun of my channel. Are you gonna have 5 views, this, that, and the other? Wasn't helping me edit this stuff. The twin pyramid and Charisma like kind of helped me with some stuff on on my channel. I don't know how to do that editing, as y'all can see. That's why I be in the car. But I said that I'ma still be in the car. I'ma always make car video. People like them. People say, oh, yo, audio, yo, people like car videos, man. Now, YouTube don't promote them. They don't recommend them like that. But people do like them, though. The people don't F with me. They don't F with me. Like, I look at some of the bigger content creators. Like even Kevin Samuels when he was alive. Like, I was counting because they was talking about he was broke and stuff. So I went on this last video and I was counting how much money they was giving him. I added it up. And I was like, they lying. Because he made more from that last video than they were saying he had. So if he didn't get to spend it, then how are they coming out with rumors that he ain't had $2,000 to his name? Man, trust me, Kevin Samuels had money. Somebody stole his money. Like, and you know how they said he had all those cracked ribs? They probably was beating him up, demanded that he gave them their password, and then finished him off. That's what I believe happened. And I believe that I know who did it. But I ain't tripping. I just stay out of that. I did my investigation. I'm looking at people's behavior. I'm like, yeah, she was in on it. Yeah, he was in on it, and his college buddies was too. Yeah, I know. Yeah. So, but people don't F with you like that. And then some of them will try to wait till you dead. That's why I don't want no funeral. Because I know, all the people I know, there'll be a bunch of people there that wasn't calling me. One calling me up, let's go to the casino. Let's go grab a burger. Let's get some wings and some beer. Hey, I'm having a fight. Come watch the fight with me. The only person that, like my brother-in-law invite me to stuff. Like, a couple people invite me to stuff. But I got a lot of dudes that I grew up with. I don't know their wife. I didn't go to their wedding. I never met their wife. Now, of course, a lot of them getting divorced because their wives don't F with them like that. It's crazy out here, man. Crazy out here. Crazy. But people will try to ride their users, like I said in part one, they users, so they'll try to get on the bandwagon. Don't let them. Close the door and lock it. Deal with people who was there, was down with you when you was down, and people that didn't know you when you was down, but they see what you bring now that you up. But you gotta watch out for them too. You gotta have like that intuitiveness, that gut that you can trust. Because people will use you, man. People will use you. I remember I had guys who used to be like, man, you got that thing? You got that thing? Because they know if I got it, they cool, they good. They know how I use it. You got that thing? I know guys that didn't want to go to the bar unless I was there because they know how I fight and shoot. But then I got people, when I watch this how this worked, that because they knew me, but they wasn't around me when all this was going on. The people who F with me, they trying to put, oh man, he wasn't. You wasn't even there. People be thinking because they know people that they know everything about those people. You wasn't even around. You don't know what people are doing. So they'll try to, but this how people, I'm trying to kid you not. There's guys that do not want to believe I was in them streets just because I had 2 parents and I never been to jail. But if you look at the actions, I did more than some of them. They just was getting caught. I wasn't. And they'll be like, oh, he was a square. You wasn't even there. Shut the fuck up. I told y'all I'm finna be cussing on this series. You always got something to say. Y'all ever seen people that always got something to say, but they got a low percentage of being right? And I'm the type of dude, I still talk to you, I still deal with you, but I know how you is and I know all about you because I don't believe in holding grudges. Be like, this dude don't do nothing but backstab everybody, messy as hell. And they'll call me and I'll be like, oh, what's going on, blah, blah, blah. Hey, I don't got nothing against you. I know what you are. You a dirty, low-down dude who think he know everything and you only half right on stuff. But let me get going. They don't F with you. That's why they do what they do. That's why they don't do what they should do. Because they don't mess with you like that. A lot of people is using you to pass the time. Some people is, it's people that really don't like you. Like I told y'all about the story in part 1 and other video, where he was telling me basically about the people on my job, my most recent job, how, man, they was keying and smiling in your face and they was sneak dissing you every chance they got. But you know something? You know something? I already knew it. Here's how I already knew. Because it's people that you can trust with criminal records. Yeah. Like, I got a guy, I said, man, I'm finna write dude. That this dude was so loyal, right? He was so loyal that they was getting mad at me because me and him would just talk the whole time. The only time we wasn't talking, he watching the game, or he playing cards, or he on the phone. And it's like, this is what they say in jail. They always try to say, they'll try to say, they call it fraternizing. But you know, and I don't fraternize per se. I never bring them nothing in or nothing like that. But sometimes you have what we call rapport with some of these guys. And some of these guys, this the kicker. Some of them you could trust more than people in your own family. You just got to know which ones these is. More than people that you grew up with. Like this particular guy, it was funny. Cause the dude that I was going back and forth with, one time him and this other dude, I knew the other dude, little brother. And I kind of knew him in passing, like here and there. They was friends, and I got like that whole group right there. I got like rapport with all of them, right? And so I saw him go in the bathroom. A dude went in the bathroom. He came out the bathroom like, he said, "Man, you ain't got to worry about dude no more, man." I'm telling you, a lot of that stuff you see on TV, that be the real deal. Like some of that prison stuff be how it really be. And that's coming from a CO. But, yeah, and so you gotta watch out. Like prison ain't the way to go, because if a dude got rapport with a guard and you messing with that guard, I got accused many times of orchestrating stuff. I don't know if that's why they was called, like my coworkers was calling me Hitman. That was my nickname, the Hitman. I don't know if it was because of how I restrained, or it was because of how, like everything in general, like people, I got accused of that a couple times, like putting bounties on people. Like I got a snack bag on his head. That kind of stuff. But this particular guy was loyal, man. Like, and I listened to him. Like, I know a lot about women and relationships and stuff like that. But I used to listen to dude because, and I remember like a lot of our conversation. I gotta remember to write him today, man. Gotta remember, man. That was my guy right there. But what he was saying was real, man. I was seeing it play out. Like, I'm like, wow. He was talking about how the people was there. And he thought that, like between the two of them, he said how they sneak this. Me personally, I think a lot of it was because that was a fashion show up there. And I used to go up there, I ain't care. So the people who F with me, they still was cool with me and stuff like that. It wasn't everybody. It was just some of them. And some of them was just two-faced. Like, I already knew it. Like, they'll be saying one thing to me and saying something else to another person. But what that does in corrections is it makes the inmate, the resident, whatever y'all call them, whatever y'all want to call them, it fuels their desire to go back and forth with you over everything. But when they F with you, like, they'll do, like, you'll just ask them something simple. And they might not even want to do it sometimes, but they'll do it because they deal with you. They mess with you like that. Like, if I went to prison right now, it'd be way more guys. They'll be like, man, dang, man, yo, what happened, man, with you? They'll F with me. It'll be some that I'll probably knuckle up with, but it'll be way more that'll practically act like they glad that I'm in there, man. Because I'm not the one. I'm gonna tell you something. Like, in most of my correctional job, like, it'll start out, it'll be them, because inmates will test you when you new, especially. But then when they get to know me, it's like they don't be the problem. It be the staff. Staff be getting jealous. Like, the ones that F with you, they'll laugh and they'll go along with it. And they'll even come get you. Hey, man, your boy over there tripping, man. Come over. But the ones who don't F with you will get jealous of your rapport and will try to do things and say things and tell on you and stuff to stir it up, to stir up trouble. Like one thing in particular was that phone list. They rubbed me the wrong way with that. And I'm gonna tell you how. I didn't care if them dudes used the phone all day. I just wanted to make sure it was fair. Everybody got to use it because people do be getting punked. But they were using that phone list to make the new people villains. It was a form of hazing. Because, like, I'm telling you, literally, they'll be like, I don't do no phone list. F that phone list. And then the same sergeant will come back later. You got a phone list? They was driving me nuts with that. Like, man, you are a hypocrite. And so I said, all right, this is how I'm going to do it. I was using the phone list as leverage. I was like, man, y'all act cool for 2 days, 3 days. I don't have to tell y'all nothing. Everything good. Then I'll let y'all govern the phones. Y'all can do the phones how y'all want. They all went along with it. But it was always them couple old guys or this guy or that guy that's scared. They trying to get out or they just don't want no problems over the phone. The phone list wasn't all the way bad because then the people were like, okay, I could use the phone without trouble. I could go use the phone basically. And it won't be no hassle because it's the staff doing it. But a lot of those guys, man, like it was this dude in the back. I remember his name. His name was Smith. Like what made me start talking to him and dealing with him, a lot of time he ain't even leave off his bunk. But what made me start talking to him and dealing with him was he was just a real dude. Like, and I knew he was tough. I knew he was an alpha. Cause when he come, he could just get off his bunk and come walking towards the booth. And the dude will see him and to get off so he could use it. So I had words with him. I wasn't scared of him. But it's like I respected him because I noticed that he acted the same with everybody. And so I started speaking to him and stuff, talking to him. He was real cool. He was like in, it was in the back. 10. No, 9. He was on bunk 9. In the back. And so I walk by, every time I walk by, we get to joking around. He ended up being all right. At first we was having words, but when I gained his respect, he gained mine. And so, like, he was like, I F with you, Howard. When he said that, like, a lot of the other ones start trying to, it made it easier over there. Because he was the alpha. Just like when the dude was a clown, man. I used to be laughing so hard behind the desk. Like, I act like I'm looking for something, and I'll just be down there just laughing. And then I'd come up like this. Because he was sending dudes off. He said, I'm a gang leader. He said, man, he called them his Thundercats. And so every time I look up this dude, I gotta tell this dude, he got his sheet tied around him. I think that was some gangster stuff. Had the white sheets tied around him going out. I say, hey man, come on, man. Dude, and I'll be trying not to laugh. I'll be like, come on, man. And he'd be like, all right, Mr. Howard. And so he was coming to me about that phone too. He's like, you're creating a hostile environment, Mr. Howard, over this phone. But they didn't know it wasn't me doing it. Then they be like, use your own discretion. They were some freaking hypocrites. Fuck them. Shout out to Sergeant O and some of them sexy other female sergeants. And a lot of people was cool there. But the ones that wasn't, that you had a problem with me or you was sneak dissing or two-faced it, fuck you. Every time you look, they was trying to make me work. And she was telling me, you shouldn't have quit that job. She ain't care if I was never at home as long as she got what she wanted. But that's how these women is when they don't F with you. They get to the full user mode. Like a woman that's into you, you gonna be arguing with her. She gonna be like, I need you to spend more time with me. You to spend more time with me. Come spend the night with me. This. You want me to cook? Because she F with you. The women that F with you be the total opposite from the women who don't. Do not buy into this little passport stuff. It's fine. Hey, them women's fine and sexy as a mug over there. But don't think that you can't find no woman here. You just got to find the ones that F with you, that like you. Been saying this. I said this before I heard any pimp say it. I just knew this. Deal with the ones who like you, who F with you. And so before I left, right, I was conversating. I bet they like, why he quit? But it was one. I said, she ain't effing me like that. So I stopped talking to her. Because her, like this what she say. And the dude I'm telling y'all about, he kind of orchestrated that. He was like, man, you should get with such and such. What you think about her? I said, I saw her on the house. She was looking fine in the mud. So he orchestrated it. She came over there. We talking and stuff. I'm like, I was going to write my number down. And so she said, well, I work on such and such tomorrow. I'll just come down here and get it. I don't want them in my business. That's what she said, right? So I said, okay. In my mind, I said, okay, I'm going to see if she do it. She had to come past my dorm to go home. She didn't come in there. I said, I said, she don't mess with me. She don't mess with me like that. I told him. He said, man, no, man, you got to give it time and all that. I'm like, nah, she don't mess with me. And so before I quit, I had already stopped, conversating. It was another one. I know she liked me. I know but her thing was she was married, man. And this was before I even knew this about like marriage and divorce. Like she had left her husband like down south. And she easy, scrumptious, easy. I could have had her. But I'm like, no. Because I knew how I would feel if a dude did that to me. So I was kind of shying away from her. Like I wasn't trying to. The other one I was talking to, conversating with, there's a couple of them. But them dudes was hating. I'm telling you, they were hating, man. Some of those guys was hating. Like they'll be sneak dissing you, trying to laugh and giggle at you. The women wasn't though. So they'll have no, and look, my hairline receding too a little bit in the middle. But what I noticed is back then my hair was long. And so the soon-to-be ex was putting it up in a ponytail. And now the ponytail was fat because I had long hair. And when I went in there, sometimes I would just comb it and have it down, and it'd be. They was calling me Pootie Tang because I had that long ponytail. They was calling me everything they could think of. And I was laughing. It was funny to me. But one day I looked at them. I said, man, y'all hate. And they all started laughing. So you hating on my hair, man, because you ain't got it. I mean, it was, dude, I'm telling you, like sometime when you work in jails, if you a supervisor and you work in a jail, understand this. Use the person that can get along with those guys to your ultimate advantage. Stop being a hater. Stop trying to sow discord. If somebody got rapport, when the dude he got rapport acting up, call him. I'm telling you, he gonna chill out. They don't be knowing how to do it, man. And they just want to get jealous, man. Like, and do little negative stuff. But like a lot of them, like I can control them because I can, I don't be like, people know when you treating them like a human being. Like even when you enforce the rules, they know when you treating them like a human being because of how you deal with them, how you talk to them. I told them dudes one time, I was like, now y'all gonna make me say this. And I'll be trying not to say this to y'all. You put yourself in here. It's like when they be acting like they supposed to have everything their way. We don't even got everything our way out here on the streets. How y'all supposed to have everything y'all way behind prison walls? So, but it's easy for me to tell who F with me and who don't. And they'll be like, man, I don't trust no convict or nothing. I don't think like that. I think like this. They ain't gonna get me to do nothing I ain't supposed to do. But if I learn how you is and how you do things, sometimes you can know, like, I could trust him on this. I could trust him on this. I can't trust him on this. And you don't let them influence you or get in your head. But at the same time, you can know everything that's going on. They'd be like, man, they finna try to fight tonight. And you could kind of diffuse it. It's been that way, dude. I'm telling you, I don't got no problem with working in jails, man. It be the supervisors sometimes. It be the managers. Of course, you're going to every now and then have that dude that hate you. It be them. It be your fellow guards, fellow COs, more than it be those dudes. They the easy part, man, because if they ain't got no mental issues, like a lot of them, they abide by the same code, the same. You got to bend a little bit. Like sometimes you been like, man, ain't no harm in this. Few extra minutes on the phone. The person, one of them will notice, be like, man, you did that for him. I got you. Go ahead. So now you done gained two of them. But some of them don't F with you either. Like it was this one, all he did was fight. Every time you look up, he was in the hole for fight. But when he was on my dorms, he was cool. And he said certain stuff, that's just how he talked. Like you can't take it to heart. Like he'll be like, look at Howard. Howard ain't on ish. And it's like I'll be trying not to laugh, but that's how he is. When he say I ain't on ish, like I ain't gonna do nothing. And if he start fighting, that was my little guy right there too, man. I'm just calling him Lil J. His nickname, that was his nickname on the street. But he'll be like Lil JH. Like we'll be doing a mass search or something, and he'll see me out there, and he'll just start up. He ain't even supposed to be talking. But like they'll be letting him. Like then they'll say, Mr. Howard, they're not supposed to be talking down there. I'll be thinking like, shut the you letting them talk. I just came out here. But you can't always argue. Just let them have it. Because some of them supervisor was on dope. Let him have his little time of authority. Lil J would be like, look at Howard. Howard ain't on ish. And I always just do the He's like, man, you know you want to laugh, man. Go on and laugh. He just talking his tail off. I'd be like, dude, no talking, no talking. So I did my part. I told him not to talk. Then he'll stop talking. That stuff used to be funny as heck with him, man. He'd take his socks off. I'm telling you, Howard, man. Man, you might as well, hey, man. You might as well get everybody get in prone position. I'm telling you, Howard. Like, dude, just chill out, man. Just chill out, man. Man, you know how I get down, Howard. Yeah, I know, man. I know. I don't want to see it, though. Come on, man. You ain't going to be able to make no calls or get in the booth if you in the hole. Or the next day, when I'm somewhere else, you see his name. You go, okay, we had Ocean 2. We had, what was it? B and A. Those the isolation. There was some stairs dividing them. You go on the isolation, I see his name. Look at it, fighting. Like, oh man, this dude. That used to be funny though. When he take them socks off, I'm like, come on, man. Come on, man. I don't feel like packing no property. I don't feel like doing. See, they didn't give me credit. That's why I quit. That's the number one reason why I quit, because they wasn't giving me credit for what I was doing around there. All the situation I was diffusing, all the things I was doing, I knew my job. And they wanted to treat me like they treated people that ain't never had no correctional experience. You treating a dude better than me because he got tattoos and keep his hair cut. But he don't know what the hell he doing. That's how it was there. It was how you look and how you act and whether or not you in the sex club. But it wasn't everybody. A lot of them was cool. So a dude would be like, man, Howard ain't on. Look at Howard. Howard ain't on ish. And the dudes that knew me too, they'll be laughing too. And I'll be like, you remember how Martin used to be when he finna break character? Like, it's the same way there. You can't keep breaking character, man. They ain't gonna take you serious. But some of that stuff was funny, man. Dude did not care. Look at Howard, man. Howard ain't on ish. Dude just don't know I was busting up inside over some of that stuff he was saying and doing. And he always was fighting, man. Fighting. Getting his dorm switched. Then he get to the next dorm and they all know him from the streets or from in jail. So he the same way. Same alpha male again. Just like the dude I knew from DT. I knew how he was, man. I said, this dude will get in your head. I told the supervisor that to her face. I said, man, I know him. I've known him for years. He will get in your head. And he even said it like, man, Howard, I already know how I get down. You're right, I do. You get in people's head. And you'll fight. I knew his brothers too. He will fight. But he was more like a Professor X type of ninja. Getting people's head, knowing. So he got the staff to bring in some weed. It was all kind of, they worried about what I'm doing. They got drugs circulating all through the building. And one of the lieutenants was talking out the side of his mouth like he was trying to say. And he'll be watching. Like, I think he knew that one of my guys was in there. He'll be watching. He'd be like, every cent. It seemed like, y'all ever noticed that all of a sudden these drugs getting in here? I almost said, man, I ain't doing you. What you trying to say? I ain't the one bringing them in here. But they didn't F with me. That's how that same lieutenant told me not to break up fights. But then I saw that one dude and he was like, man, I practically suplexed one of them right in front of him. Because he F'd with him, he didn't F with me. They just thought I was just this old man. They really should have been calling me when they was Go relieve Howard so he can come over here and help him. See, DT, they knew how it was. Go relieve Howard. When it was one of them dudes that real strong can fight, be like, they'll send one of the weaker staff to watch my pod, and I go over there and help. Because they knew me. But them, they didn't know me. They was like, man, he act like he was scared. People who know me know that. I'm relaxed. I got in trouble, dude. I already knew what I was going to do. Dude running his mouth and got himself sent to cell block. I'm just leaning like this. I'm not worried about him at all. If he would have came swinging, I already knew I'm just going to jump out the way and let him hit the wall. Like Mr. Miyagi. They's like, he too relaxed. He too laid back. He act like he's scared of them or something. They told us, let them handle it. You just be there in case they need you. But when they didn't F with you, they wanted to change the rules. That's what the captain did. That's what made me quit. The captain tried to switch the rules on me. But then the dude he F with in the closet fighting some dude and still got his job. He was trying to write me up for doing what they say. How that work? And you a captain. I'm like, I was disappointed in dude because I thought he was one of the better, but I started noticing a change in him a little before that happened. Like, I don't know if it was because I wasn't talking to him like that. I'm just trying to get to my post so I can drink my energy drink and get started. It wasn't nothing like I ain't like him or nothing. What made me not start looking at him different when he was trying to write me up over that stuff. After all of that stuff with the OT and getting mandatory and all of that, he would talk about me in front of all of them like he did in roll call and then try to write me up at the end, knowing what that girl did or didn't, shall I say, didn't do. He ain't do that to her. I said, nah, man, I can't work here no more. I'm in the locker room like, man, I don't want to quit. I'm thinking about it for like 10 minutes. 15 minutes. Then I went up there and said, you ain't got to write me up. I quit. Left in the middle of the shift. Fuck you. You don't fuck with me. I'm using y'all language today. That's why all of that stuff went down like that. And then people will be like, you shouldn't have quit. It's hard. People will tell you, it's hard to work with people who don't F with you. At least a little bit. It's too difficult. Unless you got a job where you by yourself, it's going to be too difficult. I'm telling you. But anyway, I had to talk about this, y'all. For real. Forgive me for cussing, but I wanted to say it like that. I wanted to bring it like that. I apologize. And I want to end by saying, and I promise y'all I'm not going to cuss for at least 5 videos. You got my word. At least 5 videos. If you don't fuck with me, fuck you.